What's good, YouTube? Fahling is here. Welcome back to another Saturday Night Live. Yes, this is my last night here at this shop doing a live. Now, I know some of you may think that that's, cliche. It's not a big deal, but I want to tell you all a little bit how this place kind of came about and how I kind of came about here. And where I'm at now, how I got here, why I got here, real quick before we get going. I don't plan on going real late. As sad as this is, it's not, there's a lot of good stuff coming. You know what I mean? Like you got to sacrifice a little bit here to make a better tomorrow. And that's exactly what this is. So back in 2014, 2014, end of 2014, my wife's sister passed away and left a young child behind. We ended up moving up here to UP to adopt him. He knew us by phone calls and things like that, but didn't necessarily know us directly. Our children were older and we've all been pretty adventurous. We always like taking adventures and things. And it wasn't too hard to say, hey, y'all want to go check this out? So we moved from Southwest Florida up to the UP of Michigan. Talk about going to total opposite of where we were at. And it turned out to be really amazing for my immediate family. It's a horrible thing that has happened, and but has really brought my family closer together. But doing that, we kind of sold off everything we had just to kind of make sure that we bought a place sight unseen. We didn't really know what we were getting into, and we wanted to make sure that we were going to be able to take care of whatever we had to. Now, my wife actually had a job already lined up, and her line of work, it's pretty easy. And we came up here and I sold off everything. I didn't really, wasn't going to breed anymore. Wasn't going to do that. Sold motorcycles, sold a lot of stuff that we just weren't going to do here. Being in Florida, it's something I could do. I could ride every day. It made sense. And I did. Up here, you get a few months out of the year where it's really comfortable. You get a couple months out of the year where it's kind of uncomfortable. And then it's just straight up snow and cold. So it wasn't too hard to let it go, to be honest with you. I was getting a little too old to be riding around on a sport bike. But we got up here and we were able to pay off our home in 2.5 years. And that was a lot of dedication from my wife and myself. That's a lot of not going out to dinner, not enjoying yourself, not going out doing certain things. But we were able to do that. And it was part of our goals. And I was like, wow, we were able to do that pretty quickly and efficiently. I'm like, I bet we could really make something happen here if we wanted to. And right after I said that, I don't remember what we did, but later on that night, my wife's like, well, you should actually get the snakes and start doing that and actually like do it as a business. You kind of always wanted to do that, but you always kind of said it jokingly. The cost of living here in the UP, by the way, is significantly lower than Florida. So this is the reason why these things were able to happen. And so I was able to get a few snakes and kind of start going. And when I made this channel was in 2015. And I made this channel because I left everything I knew back home. My daughter, my grandson at the time. Now I have 2 more grandchildren. All my friends, and I'm talking about, the friends, those friends that, what's going to happen in the foxhole if they're in there with you. You know them. You know exactly who they are, what they're about. You've seen them laugh. You've seen them cry, those kind of friends. I was really starting to miss all that at this point. So I started this channel. And this is just prior to me doing the snakes as well, by the way. I'm sorry, I should back up a little bit. And I was going to do a lot of firearm stuff, a lot of outdoor stuff on this channel. And it was called Going Youper. And shortly after that big idea, I got a lot of people. Thank you for sharing, everybody. I got a lot of people started getting hate, and YouTube started really pooping on channels that did firearm stuff, firearm related stuff. And I didn't want that. I actually wanted to do YouTube. I thought, I felt at the time, not that I thought, I really felt at the time. And I think if I really wanted to go for it, I definitely could have. But I realized shortly after trying to go to be a YouTuber that, okay, this is going to take more than, just 20 hours a week. You want to be a YouTuber, you have to put in that time. And it's more than 40 hours a week if you want to be successful. And it could be even more than job where you end up working a bunch of overtime all the time. You could end up putting a ton of hours into this thing. And that was something that I knew I didn't want to end up doing. I didn't want to end up not being able to have a life, having to video every single day and keep up with the Joneses. Once I realized that, and that I couldn't do the firearm stuff because YouTube was frowning on it, that's about the time my wife said, I think you should do this and try and do a little business. So I made a video talking about, I don't know how to shut this off, but I do appreciate y'all sharing, definitely. And I'll go back and thank y'all for sure. So I made some plans, I made some goals, and I made a video telling people about those plans and goals. And some of you, I don't know if some of you in chat right now have been around that long, but I know there's a lot of people that do follow that usually are in here that have been around that long. And I said, well, I'm going to start breeding snakes. I got a business, a plan. I want to, in the next 3 years, 3 or 4 years, I want to be in a shop somewhere doing this. You know what I mean? I want to be part of a community. I want to be in town. I want to be a business in a town. You know, I want to be part of this. This is something I've been feeling like an outsider. I don't have any friends up here. Not that I can't make friends, but at the same time, you're in an area that's rural. There's not a lot of people around. And the people here are a little standoffish when you're moving here. You know, they're not mean people, they're not rude people, but they're not going to just snuggle up to you right away. They want to know who you are, you know. So at the time I was feeling like this is kind of bummy, man. But I started getting this following with the reptile community. And some of you have been around that long, like I was saying. And you really filled this hole that I had, this need to talk, because I'm a big blabbermouth. Like, I talk to random people at stores all the time. And that's probably why the people around here took so long to snuggle up to me, because they weren't used to somebody just talking to them randomly. And I made some more goals. I said, I want to do something for my community. You know, I want to do something with and for my community, I think was the exact words I used. And I set a goal to do that within the next 3 to 4 years. And I was doing this because I worked 9 to 5, like the majority of you out there. I owned a sales consultant business for about 17 years, did really well, made some really bad investments on some houses, and then got hit with Hurricane Charlie, lost 2 homes. And, you know, went back to starting kind of over. And shortly after, that's where this stuff kind of came around. And I was working the 9 to 5, and I was like, look, if you want to do something bad enough, you can do it, you know, follow me. This is what I'm going to do, you know. And a lot of you encouraged me the whole entire time to keep going, to do things, and not by saying, hey, you can do it or anything like that, but just showing up every week on my videos and hitting the like button and leaving comments, you know. People asking questions all the time, you know, and feeling like, wow, I'm part of something here. You know, I got some friends here. This is a hole that I had my friends, you know what I mean? But it's a group I can actually hang out with. And every day I'm going to hit enter on this, and I'm going to upload this video. And then, you know, within an hour or so, I'm going to have 10 friends talking to me. You know what I mean? Kind of fill the void. I'm out here in the middle of a forest, new to the place, don't even know where I'm going around here. You know, it was tough, but a lot of you, really helped me out through that. And I wanted to show you all that this is where I'm at. I've been doing this for a while on and off as like a hobby thing. This is my goals. I'm working my butt off. I work 1 million hours, multiple jobs, but you can do it. And I feel like I got where I was going. Like, and it wasn't for you all. It was really 100% for me. See, a good part of my younger life, I wasn't a motivated person. My mom might even be watching right now. I was a pretty slick person. You know, I was a sales consultant for 17 years, and I started my own sales consultant business through a window company that I was working for. I kind of ended up just becoming a middleman, and found out that I could just go look in this book up at the Annex building, and it showed everybody that pulled permits for windows and doors. And I just copied all their names and numbers and went to them, and it went crazy, and it did pretty well. So prior to that, I wasn't motivated though. I didn't feel good about working to get to where I wanted. I was like always looking for that shortcut. So it was really good to be able to do to learn how to kind of do this stuff, and then kind of say, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing. If you guys want it bad enough, you can do it. It ain't easy, but you can do it. And then over the years, I've seen a lot of you, some of these people I'm talking about right now, I don't see in chat right now, but a lot of these people, they're still here today. They're still doing awesome. And they're growing. And I hope I was a little bit of a part of that. I've always tried to be a real honest person on here too, as much as I possibly can. Of course, I'm never going to sit there and talk about my personal stuff. My personal things, you can only be as real as you can be. You're not, of course, you're not going to see my bad sides of the times where I may say something to my son. I'm like, yeah, what are you, a goof? What's your problem? I mean, where he didn't really do something wrong. I'm just aggravated about something when you're helping you. These things don't make me an asshole, but it makes me normal. And I appreciate everybody that's come in here and shown me love. I also want to give a couple quick thanks to this town, to Mary next door that owns the bar, who worked over here at Gary's Forever today, being one of the people that brought to the attention of the town that I was coming and moving in here, and had this board meeting where they wanted to kind of kick me out of here the day I got in here. Of course, I didn't know about this board meeting at the time. Oh, and by the way, I should back up in the story. When I said I wanted to do something with and for my town, I ended up doing it in a few different ways. One of the ways was opening this shop, and all the kids that used to go to the grocery store, the library for field trips, would never make it past this shop. And they'd sit here and learn about snakes. Now, you got to understand, the people up here hated snakes. I mean, everybody I'd talk to, like, what do you do? Like, oh, the only good snake's a dead snake. That's all of them. But every one of those people's kids have been to this shop, all of them, multiple times, with their teachers, and all of them just love the snakes. Can't believe that snakes come in these different colors. Can't believe that I can sit there and touch a snake's head and he's not biting me. It's just sitting there moving his head around. These are all the children of the people that want snakes dead. So I think that's doing something for the community. But I also was able to get on the planning board for my township, the sister township to where I'm at right now in my town where I live. And that was a big goal of mine, to do that so that I can really feel like I'm part of this community, that I'm kind of a stranger. I'm coming in here, people wanted to know my intentions, and you can tell them your intentions till you're blue in the face. But like I always say, I hear a lot of shit. I'll listen to you, but it's what you do. It's what I see you do tells me who you really are. And I realized that quickly, that that's what I got to do here. I got to show these people who I am. I can't just tell them who I am, because talk is cheap. You know what I mean? So Mary next door here had a town meeting. They're afraid that my snakes are going to crawl up toilets and kill children. Luckily for me, there was a gentleman on the board that had a sister that lives just north of here that had a Burmese python that she had, and their power went off overnight during the wintertime, and it died. And he assured them that, listen, the kind of snakes that guy has would never survive here, even in the summertime. They wouldn't last very long. They won't be coming up your toilets. And that was that. Now, I found out later on that this happened, and it made me sweat, man. I was shitting myself a little bit, because I was like, wow, a whole town wants me out of here. Like, that's not what I wanted to do. But I didn't really hear too much about it, other than people tell me that they had this board meeting, and I didn't hear nothing for a while. Then I noticed that lady Mary that kind of brought it to everybody's attention. She would stop by here. She would start stopping by here. I mean, immediately she was stopping by, but I didn't notice it because I didn't know who started this little meeting thing. And I want to say thank you, Mary, because Mary has been by almost every single day since then for the last almost 4 years now, with her granddaughter to look in the window and look at snakes. And was one of the first people to come into the shop, definitely afraid of snakes. Started out my little lobby. I have a window that looks into my snake room, my nursery room, from the lobby, and started out by looking in that glass there, then coming around to the door, and then within 10 minutes holding a snake and taking selfies on Facebook. So I want to thank you, Mary, for turning out to be one of my biggest supporters around here. Whenever things were going on, you were always coming over and let me know what's up, getting together with me on Halloween to make sure that the kids still had trick-or-treating, regardless of the vid or not, that our businesses were going to say, I don't give a shit. So thanks for not giving a shit with me and bringing me in on that as well. I want to thank Brenda real quick. I know this might be boring for y'all. I'm sorry. But I want to thank Brenda from the bakery right down the road. As a lot of people around here were trying to say, oh, well, bakery, she has a bakery down the road and he has snakes and, you know, they're going to be in the bakery because you all know how much snakes love the Frosties stuff, right? And she's been a top supporter of mine. And I don't think we've ever said more than 3 words directly to each other. But there really hasn't been a time where she hasn't shared stuff on Facebook, stuck up for me when the mayor was a turd. He still is a turd. And yeah, I don't like you. Nobody likes you, though. So I don't want to say that because nobody likes you at all. You don't got nobody to tell that nobody likes you. That's got to suck. Maybe that's why they're where you are. Anyway, Brenda, thank you. Just, you know, always being steadfast, you know what I'm saying? And fighting the system with me. That's awesome. I appreciate it. And really, all the other people around here in this town have been awesome. So I just want to thank them all. All right. Now, I probably screwed that all up because trust me, there's a lot going on in this head of mine that's been going night and day trying to move everything out of here. I've gotten all the snakes out of here. The only thing left in here alive are the six clutches of eggs that I have in here that I'm going to move over probably tomorrow. Pick me up at 7 in the morning tomorrow, mandated until 7 a.m. Geez, Derek, you could feel for that, huh? She went in at 6, so that's a 13-hour day. Ouch. And then she has tomorrow off, which is going to be a big sleeping day. That means more work for me to do, but that's all right. She's going to need her sleep. Anyway, sorry about that. So I still got a bunch of stuff to move to storage, but I still have my eggs. I'm going to move them over tomorrow. I've had the other incubator set up for a week and a half now. It's actually took quite a while to dial in, but for the last 3 days, it's been dialed in. And I think I'm only going to need it for only a few hours to come over here, get the other incubator and bring it over. Other than that, everything's gone pretty well. The room is not finished the way I originally planned in my head, but it is definitely going to work and it is temporary. Now, yes, I'm leaving here and I'm not leaving here because for any other reason other than we want to buy a new home either this fall or this coming up spring. Depends when the market is for homes and stuff. But we're definitely looking to move in something a little closer into the town, city, something with some real internet. The internet that I have at my house is horrendous. I mean, it's horrendous. It's bad. I don't even get like 5 up speed. Like it's bad. So it'd be really hard for me to do lives from there. But I am going to go live every Saturday night that I possibly can. There might be a Saturday I might not be able to do it for whatever reason. But my son lives right over here down the road, and I can go and steal his internet. I mean, you know, he lived in my balls. You know what I'm saying? I steal his good internet on Saturday evenings, and he's totally cool with that, which is good. And over there, I won't have any reptiles. I won't have any reptiles over there, but I will have some awesome animals to show you over there too. So that will probably go on for a little bit here and there. Also, the reason why we plan this at this time is because we have a lot of trips planned. Some last night to pick me up. Yeah, I got. Tell me to pick you up. She don't want me to miss 7 o'clock exactly because she's gonna want to get out of there. We had a lot of trips planned, but my son's motorcycle engine came back, all rebuilt, running better than it probably ever has. And then we have a linkage issue in his gear. So we actually had some road trips planned after his license test here coming up. That might be held on hold. So I was planning on doing a lot of my lives. Hi, honey, you're in here talking shit about us. Yeah, I didn't know you're in here. Yeah, I got your message. Came twice. It says 7 a.m. I'm sorry. I was just being sad for you that you're going to be putting on all those hours. But yeah, so now I'm messed up because I see she was on there. She doesn't usually ever join my live. This is like the second live she's ever joined. Thank you, honey. Rob said the same thing, though, 5 minutes ago, and he's right downstairs. So, I mean, he's closer. You're at work. Can you catch a break? No, but we had a lot planned, and my son's going to go take a test. I'm not sure if my wife's going to be up. She should be able to. My son's been riding my motorcycle here to get it going because the linkage is bad on the gear shift of his. And I am not going to be able to get it done in time with this move and everything going on. So he's been riding my bike. Wish us luck. It's a super easy bike to ride, but I don't know if that's the one I would want to use to take my motorcycle course, my MSF course. But he's a champ, man. He'll practice until he gets everything perfect. I'm also going to be bringing him down to the school. He has his permit, so I can drive behind him in the truck, and we'll go down to the school where they actually do the testing, and he can practice on all their markings and everything all day and night long for all I care. But we have a lot. We still have a lot of plans. And I was saying, I planned on doing a lot of my lives on the road, different places. So my wife, she's in here. Let's all hold her to it. She assures me that we're going to be able to take some trips here in the near future, that we can accommodate that as well. So that's pretty cool. All right. So I think I said about everything I need to say, other than thank you to my wife since she's in here. This works out really nice. And thank you, honey, because you have really been the one telling me to go for this. You know, this is what you would like to do. You always want to do it. This is the time to do it. Go for it. Where I wouldn't have done it. Anybody who knows me would know that I think every single thing out. And if it just isn't 100%, I'll just let it go and won't go there. And I don't take chances anymore. I used to take chances all the time, but I've been afraid to take chances because, you know, now with the family and things, you know, when I take chances, I could be messing up their chances for things. So she pushed me to go where I'm at and to get to where I'm going. So thanks for keeping me around for almost 24 years. I know if I say 24 years, you're putting chat 23 or some shit. Has to correct me. I never shorted us when I never said 20 years. And she's like, yo, it's been 23, you jerk off. It's always been extra. When you give extra, it's like you're like bragging type thing, right? That's how you should see it. So, all right. I want to thank people that have been joining, by the way. I seen that Peppermint was in real early, as well as Cold Blooded Morse was in here checking stuff out. I want to thank the people that have shared as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't plan on going super long tonight. Again, it's been a very long week here. Very long week. Stressful week. Kind of a sad, stressful week. You know, I love being here now, but I'm going to really love those snakes being back at home. I can't tell you how many times I've did I lock the door? And I'm traveling up here in 2.5 foot of snow. I mean, we bought the snow pig. I mean, y'all probably haven't seen the snow pig, maybe in some videos I've had it. I don't even know. But we bought the snow pig because we wanted no excuses. No matter what happened, we would be able to get to where we needed to go. Our road don't get plowed out very often. And we could get 2 to 3 foot of snow overnight. It's happened. And we needed something that was going to get us to where we need to go in an emergency. And we got the Snow Pig. And the Snow Pig is an awesome truck. It's an old Ford F-150. It's a 94. And it gets 8 miles to the gallon, to give you an idea how it gets through the snow. It's definitely not necessarily technique. It's just brute. I'm going through the snow. Thank you for these really nice tires that are going to help out. And that's really helped us out a ton. But we need to move to a town, so we don't have to worry about that stuff, for sure. But thank you, Jimmy. Hey, what's going on, my friend? Sherry, hello. Doug, thank you for joining. Mr. J, I appreciate you so much. I seen Chris, Iron Dog was in here, and I seen Justin was in here as well. Hello. Venom, what's going on? If you guys are typing comments, I wasn't reading them because I was just trying to get stuff off my head here, so I didn't forget and leave anybody out, which I'm sure I have. Yeah. I can come over and go live at Rob's too. That might not be a bad idea. I'm going back. Sorry. How long you been in here, honey guy? You've been sandbagging for a while. Is there anybody dying right now? You should really. No, you know what you're doing. I don't need to tell you. Well, thank you, Mr. J. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, and also why I haven't been putting any videos out this week. I've just been moving stuff. No offense to the family, but they haven't been a ton of help. Homesteading Northern Michigan. There's my boy. What's up, man? Oh, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that, dude. I actually need that right now. We're struggling. We want to save as much money as possible so that it's easier to get in these places. And if you take any money out of your savings and they see that, it totally throws everything off. And me and my wife have always been the ones that had a little bit in savings. I mean, a little bit in savings, but we've always kind of taken from savings and then we'll throw a bunch in and then we'll take a bunch out, that kind of thing. And that's not really good when you're buying a house in that area. So we have to be careful. I'm also planning something pretty big that I can't really discuss here, unfortunately. A surprise. It's a pretty big deal. I will definitely, hopefully be a guest on next week on one of the Iron Animal shows. And I'll come on there and tell you all about that there. So you can check it out there. My mom had no idea, barely even get onto this video. Only got on this video because I put a link on it. And I don't want her to know. What's up? What bike did I start off on, or what? I see the comment. What size bike do you start off on over there? My son bought a Honda Rebel 250. It's an 85, so it was actually the first year of the Rebel. And kind of it's bobbed out and going more so a little bit more custom for him. But we're having some linkage issues with that. So they are going to be riding a 2009 Honda Shadow 750 Spirit. That's what they will be riding around for a while, until they get their feet off the ground anyway, I should say. So thank you all for joining. Again, probably only going to go for about a half hour or so. Again, early night. You could probably hear it, my voice. I mean, going a little bit hard. My kids and stuff have been sleeping all day long the last couple of days and not being a ton of help. They were help on a couple loads, but then they kind of gave up. My wife's just been working a lot, so I'd love to be like, she ain't helping, but she's been too busy too. So it's been a little exhausting. Your son's only 6, huh? Yeah, well, they can do a lot at 6. What size? Oh, I got a KX 60 in my garage, my storage unit right now. Actually, I started off my one son on. My other son started off on a KX 85, which actually he just sold recently. I started off on a Suzuki DR 100 back in the 80s. You write anything? Yeah, I was hoping Gloria and then we're going to be able to ride that Honda 250 Rebel to kind of get their feet wet, but that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. And it has been raining the last couple of days, which reminds me, anybody dealing with that harsh, horrible, hot temperatures that just aren't used to it, I'm really, really sorry. Plenty of videos on YouTube to help you get through a hot day, a lot of cool tips and tricks. And to all the people getting flooded out, there's a lot of flooding going on. I hope you all are all well as... I can't even speak. I'm so tired. Then you got the people in Florida, down in Miami, in that condo. Have you guys seen that craziness? All right, am I moving to another state? Well, I'm going to be honest with you, and the wife's in here, so she could correct me if she wants to. We do things kind of spur of the moment. Like we just make decisions and kind of go with different things that are within our realm. You know. We are not above looking outside the state. We're looking in Texas pretty heavy for a while there, but that has changed now because the prices have gone up dramatically there, mainly because there's been a big influx of people moving from crappy run states to Texas because it's a little freer, a little bit more American. So the prices have gone up significantly high. Now, staying around here is not a horrible idea either because a home that I would pay... Do you remember how much that house on the where we lived by the beach, honey? I don't even remember how. Let's say $500,000 house that I would have in Florida, where we're from. That same house here would be maybe 120,000. Like, I mean, that's the difference in the prices. It's insane. So you get a lot for your buck here. So there's been a lot of tempting things being put across us. So you never know. We'll keep y'all informed for sure. Geez, after watching that interview with Derek, I might go to Belize again. I've been to Belize. And I don't know. I love Tom and Crutchfield and all, but I'm telling you, I've been to Belize. And not only that, you can go check this out on I have a video of when we went to Belize. We kind of did things differently than most of the people that take these cruises there. We got off the ship and we found this real shady guy who looked like he had some like really bad eye damage at one time. Maybe he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do type of situation. Very third world-ish outside of Belize City in areas. And in this video, I'm videoing stuff, talking about things, and he's like, yeah, right here last night, machine gun fire, and you can see all the holes in the thing, and he goes, and they threw a grenade in this guy's house yesterday, and he's like, put your camera down, they pull you out, burn you in the street, and I'm like, okay, you slowly see the camera going down, and then we didn't even go like a half a block, and he's like, oh, and this right here, they have Coca-Cola made with real cane sugar, you know, it's the real stuff, you guys want to stop and get some? This is right after he's talking about they're going to burn us in the street, and everyone's like, nah, we're good, you know, get drinks on the cruise, you know, we're So Tom's a tough guy. He was a big built guy and all. And maybe Belize. Well, Belize was definitely run by I believe they were under British rule back then too. Matter of fact, I know they were. So things may have been a little bit different, but I was there not too long ago, and it was tough. But I wouldn't mind living there because, again, cheap place to live, really beautiful places outside of those areas. All right, what's up? I seen Wolf jumped in here, I think. Mode Danger Zone I seen in here for sure. Where did he go at? Other states, it would have to be some pretty free states. The best part about living here in the UP is that we're very overlooked here in the UP. Most people don't even know we're part of Michigan. Most of the people in the UP, and I'm only speaking from what I can kind of tell myself, other Upers might not agree. They don't even feel like I know this for a fact. They call them trolls. Everybody on that side of the bridge call them trolls. I don't. I happen to love places like Flint and Detroit that aren't so nice anymore. But they're not part of Wisconsin, but they feel like they're close to, like, they're Green Bay Packer fans here. Like, if you're not a Green Bay Packer fan, you could be chased out with torches. But you're free, though. I mean, I can go out, and I've said this a million times, and I've done it. I can go out not wearing nothing, shooting my gun off all the way out to the mailbox and get the mail, do a little dance, walk back. Nobody cares. Nobody knows shit. I love that. Now, back home when I did that, cops are on the yard. There's a whole big problem. Old lady's got to take pills now next door. It's a big to-do. Big to-do. What's up, Nikki? What's up, Ball Python Love? DG Reptiles, hello. What's going on, Chad? Elite, what's going on, brother? Solar, how you doing? Yeah, some maps do get mixed up, for sure. But we're forgotten about, and that's kind of a nice thing. It really kind of is a nice thing. You're really free here. They don't really follow, like, the whole time. I know a lot of people in Michigan were dealing with a lot of these issues during the vid. With all these different deals, but I can pretty much tell you that my town pretty much stayed the same. Not a whole lot changed. And when I say my town, that includes towns like Marinette, Wisconsin, which is about 50 something miles away from me, as well, because that's where I did a lot of my grocery shopping. They all kind of went like, they didn't get real hard or hit real hard with it all as much as the people on the other side of the bridge. And when I say the other side of the bridge, I mean the Mackinac Bridge. What's going on, Mary Python, Holy Balls? Last show here at the shop. It's a bummer. It is sad. It's sad. I can't tell you how many times I've sat out here watching snowstorms, watching, my kids. This is oh my God, I shouldn't even have brought this up. I gotta hide my eyes behind the mic. Like, I can feel them glossing right now. I'll show you. My kids coming over here for lunch. Oh man, like that. My son Nick, before he graduated, stopping by because they can get out for lunch, and coming by and seeing him all the time, gonna miss that big time. My son Liam, and now my poor LJ is going to be able to have that opportunity to do that next year, and I won't be here. But there's other places for him to go and stuff. But that was something that I missed, that I will miss for sure, 100%. Going to miss a lot of stuff about coming up here. I'm not going to miss coming up here in the middle of the night because I forgot I can't remember if I locked the door or not. Not going to miss that during a really bad snowstorms are coming, that sometimes we have had to camp out here and stay here. And, the first couple of times it's kind of fun. You're camping out and stuff. But after that, it becomes a chore. I'm not going to miss driving up here countless times. Forgetting my keys and having to drive all the way home. And I'm talking, there's been times where I didn't have the gas money. Like, I legitimately like, wow, I am going to not have enough money to get through the week with gas coming up to this shop. And yet I got to go do it. I'm not going to miss any of that crap at all. But I will miss, when the pandemic came through, the school stopped coming by. So, that has been something that it's just, it was really cool to be part of. I mean, not to mention the town did a whole full page newspaper ad on me in the shop and my kids and my wife and stuff. And how cool is that? It's just really cool. I'm going to miss Nancy and Greg. Nancy and Greg are an adult couple that have special needs, and they've been married since 1984. I thought it was 1986, but they corrected me in 1984. They just had their anniversary the other day. And the totally 100% on their own independently. They are in their 50s. Greg just turned 60. Great people. I actually hooked Greg up with my dentist, who gave him a brand new smile, a whole new grill, which is really cool. And they'd keep all the high schoolers that would come when I wasn't here. The high schoolers would come and they would sit under my canopy on my steps, and they'd eat their lunch, but they'd leave all their garbage there. So they would sit out on the bench out there, and they'd keep everybody off my stoop. I'm going to miss seeing them. And they walk every day, all day long. They're constantly tapping on my window, constantly stopping in, I'm going to miss that. Even sometimes it's kind of even can be annoying. I'm ashamed to say, but I'm going to miss it for sure. All right. Well, I'm not going to go too terribly long, Mary. This is going to be a short live. I just want to come on and really thank everybody, because like I said, when I started this channel, I was feeling a lot of pain. And again, it wasn't going to be a reptile channel. I thought that those days were kind of over. I got rid of everything and we moved up here, and I was like, that's that, and here's our new life and let's figure it out. And being able to pay off the house quickly and just working and not doing anything fun or enjoyable for a couple of years there, and being able to do that left this opportunity. And if it wasn't for my wife, like I said, saying, hey, listen, why don't you start getting into the snakes and breeding snakes? And I'm going to be honest with you all, I never followed YouTube stuff with reptile stuff, and I did reptile stuff, but I wasn't, I came back in the day when everybody, if you asked a question, people kind of made fun of you. And if you were in a forum for a while, like I'd be in the forums and I'd talking to different people about different things and cool ideas and stuff like that. And people get to know you a little bit in these forums. And then one day and you're young and you ask a question that somebody thinks is stupid, and then they say something, and now you're embarrassed in front of this giant community. You're probably, well, that's not really how this community's been, so it's been really cool to see how it's gone, and having you all there for me as well, and starting this thing off with these snakes, and finding that people were doing this. I was doing moto vlogs all the time, the whole time. Like, I didn't even think that there was a reptile community on YouTube. And I don't even know why, because I used to tell people all the time, oh, anything I need to know, I just YouTube it. I mean, even way back when it first started, 2006, I was making videos. And even back then I was like, God, there's so much stuff on here. And there's a million times more stuff on there now. But back then I was like, wow, so much information on this YouTube thing. But I never even thought about it. And when I started breeding up here, I was like, wow, I got to try and, where's everybody getting their snakes from? You know what I mean? Because I don't have pet stores around here. So I got on and started looking up and noticed that there's some videos. It wasn't Brian Barczyk. Like, I was doing snakes years and years and years ago. So it wasn't, I can't say Brian Barczyk, but not that he hasn't, I can't say he's really ever inspired me, other than made me feel good that there's somebody in the reptile community that represents it in a pretty decent light, whether you agree with them or not. It was nice to see, because a lot of hateful people, again, where I was coming from, a lot of hate and crap. So to see this guy all happy to talk about reptile stuff was kind of cool. But I really kind of latched on to a lot of the people out there that were really new into the hobby, because I had some knowledge already, and I was afraid to go in and start hanging out with some of these big dogs, because, last time I did that, I was pretty cool with the community in this forum group for a long time. And then all of a sudden they embarrassed me and I ran away, and I didn't want that to be the case on this thing. But I found out that there's a lot of really awesome people out there. And you all came along, really, a lot of you all came along at the right time. And I think y'all still do, if I'm being honest with you, a lot of inspiration, a lot of first time people. I watch people having their clutches for the first times and seeing how excited they are that the snake just laid the eggs, and every single day for the next 60 days, they are just on pins and needle, and being able to see that excites me, man. It keeps me going, and that's why, I've been accused of that a long time ago. There are people like telling me, Miguel, I used to hang out with Miguel a lot, especially when he was really new, and he kind of wanted to bring me along with him where he was kind of going. But I was, for one, that's not me, like, I knew it wasn't me. And I can't hang with them You know what I mean? Like you gotta fly all over the place. You gotta be able to, I knew that that wasn't me. You know, I couldn't afford to do that for one. Um, damn, I don't know, call me a sissy or whatever, but I don't even want to be around. I can't be away from my old lady, my kids for that long. A couple of weeks or a week or something. Never happened. We bring them all on cruises when we go. I can't be without them. All right, see you later, honey. See you at 7 in the morning. Or Liam will, one of us will. I'll probably be the one because he's going to sleep all day. See you later, Soul. I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate that. But yes, definitely my last live from here. And again, I know this was a lot of ramblings, but I really just wanted to thank some people and kind of let people know why I was even here in the first place. I think a lot of people are new and didn't know how I even came to the UP. I always get asked, why did you move to the UP? Kind of a horrible thing happened with my wife's family that you really scrape for the good when these things happen. And the loss of her sister was a big thing. I mean, this, you can imagine, you know, the whole family. She had three sisters, which is a total of 4, sisters. Losing one of them is like losing an arm, losing a leg, and it affected a lot of people. So, coming up here, we stay in touch. Yeah, no, I'm going to be doing my videos still. I'll be able to actually do more videos now because I'll have time. I wasted so much time driving back and forth from here. That's why I've been a lot of time. I mean, I'm 15 miles, almost 15 miles away from my house one way. So come up here 4 or 5 times a day sometimes, having to do different things. It's taxing. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. But one of the coolest things that has helped me a ton in the past year, and now I know Rob's off of here, so I waited until he was gone because he'll tease me when I go see him later. But Rob and his family, awesome. Met them last year. And I'll tell you, I've formed some friendships here. Tom and Nicole, good people. But meeting Rob and his wife last year has really helped out a ton too. With great people. I appreciate you, Rob, because think about this. I'm sorry, and I haven't had to bother Rob too much. I'm a little bit. I hate to ask for help. I'm really bad with it. And but there's been a few times where I've been like, Rob, can you check to see if I locked the door? Saving me that horrendous winter trip. And I'm talking about snowstorms that are coming down, and you're driving through the forest. There's no street lights. There's none of that. There's deer. And that's it, and you and a ton of snow. And when it's coming down like crazy, it feels like you're in warp on Star Trek. No joke. Just the snow's coming at you like lasers. It's very hypnotizing, stressful. So I'm not going to miss that. I know I was a little all over the place. I'm really sorry about that. But like I said, I'm pretty tired. I'll make excuses for myself because I can. I'm pretty tired. It's been a really stressful week for me because I worry about everything, but we were able to get things done, man. We were able to get shit done. We come a long way. So if any of you are out there, just, your dream is to open up a shop. I've heard Big D, Derek, say that. I've heard a lot of people say this. You want to open a shop? You want to have this? This is awesome. It is. It really is. And I couldn't have done this almost anywhere else in the United States. I couldn't have done this in Florida. This place would have cost me $3,500 a month, easy. And I'll tell you all right now that I paid $325 a month to rent this place, plus about another $170, $80 in electric and water. I utilized the shit a month, and I would never be able to afford this down in Florida. So that will be part of it. But if you want to be a business, you can do it, man. Even if, a lot of you out there are like, God, I've been working this job for 10 years and I would love to do this as a retirement thing. You can do it. Just keep working your ass off. You don't necessarily have to have a shop. It's cool. There's a lot of bonuses here. Breeding the rats has been a great thing. That's going to be something. That'll be probably a few videos down the road, what that's going to be like. I know I got people driving up here from Chicago, from Milwaukee, Green Bay to get rats. Not anymore. So if you're watching, sorry, that's done with. Whatever I got's mine. What? I tricked an old man with the door today. Still on here. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. You scared a bunch of bikers this morning, Rob beeping at me, and all fancy geared in the big funky pointy helmets, and they're like all serious about their bike. And then Rob drives by with his wife, and he nails the horn right in front of them. They're I'm like getting mad at him. I was like, sorry, he's beeping at me. And they're like, oh, all right. Rob's a good dude. No, Rob's a good dude. He's been a real person. See, I'm big on that shit, man. I like people where I'm going to know, like I said, I'm going to know who you are because I'm going to watch it. And he walks the walk, man. I appreciate that. And there's a lot of people that try really hard, and I love all those people too. It's the people that don't try at all that I'll just like, yeah, okay, and I'm out. But Rob walks the walk. He's a good dude, good family guy. Knows how to bust balls, which is very important. He's got some good trees, got some good green. I mean, he's walking by with an umbrella. He just looked at me through the window and got weirded out because I seen him. Yeah, love your movies. Yeah. Robbie Kruger. He's a good dude. Yeah, it is. And I know that this was totally scatterbrained. You'd think I was a drunk today, but I'm really just exhausted. And I wanted to make sure that I didn't leave stuff out. And then actually when I got here, right before I got here, my wife had to go in at 6. And usually she don't have to go until 10. So I wasn't here as early as I wanted to be. I was going to write a bunch of stuff down, but I didn't do that. That's okay. No excuses. It's my channel. Do what I want. And, I've always wanted to say this. YouTube suck a dick. I just want to tell you that. I know what you're all saying. What do you mean? But YouTube itself, corporate YouTube, you guys are assholes. I've never had a strike on anything. Never had a strike on Facebook. Never had a strike on YouTube. But my goal from here on out is to at least get a strike. So be watching for that strike video coming up. I'm going to try and make it something decent. Something that's not going to get me banned for life, but I'm definitely going to make it something decent. I want a strike from YouTube. I don't think it's fair that I've been clean and squeaky this whole entire time. So I'm going to be working towards that. That could be fun. We'll see how it goes. I just heard that Justin, he was doing TikTok now, and he got like over 1 million views on one of the videos. So you all should go find out what that is. I don't know what channel that's. I don't even know how to TikTok. But he was talking about getting strikes and stuff, and they banned a video or took it off or something. I'm like, well, I need me some of that. That's when I need some controversy. Controversy sells. Yeah, YouTube does suck a dick. They do. Sorry. I don't mean to be so vulgar, but they do. We don't own this crap. We just put it out there. We don't own it. YouTube owns it. I know. But all their bullshit. I can't say COVID. I can't say COVID. I can't say the Chinese flu. I mean, it is where it originated, right? If it came from my town, I'd be like the Cedar River flu. It fucking sounds better that way, don't it? But so I don't know. You can't say anything. I don't like that shit. YouTube suck a dick. I want free speech all the way around. If you can't offer me free speech, then I don't really care. And that's a big reason why I wasn't like, I don't want to be a YouTuber. God, I can't do anything. Everything you do, you break a rule. You don't even know you're breaking a rule. And they change them every month. I'm getting new rules. Fuck these rules. Just posted a feed. So you guys are all TikToking now? I've never even been on a TikTok. I just see TikTok videos on YouTube. I'm going to TikTok YouTube because your shorts suck a dick too, by the way. May as well make the end of this a rant on YouTube. See what I just testing the water. Maybe we'll get this strike now. But yeah, you guys ain't got shit on TikTok, YouTube, for sure. Or for sure. Your shorts are hashtag shorts. Nobody has to hashtag short nothing on TikTok. They just do that shit. And then my buddy got 1 million views like that. Any of your shorts getting millions of views like that anymore? No, that shit's worn off. And why are we doing that stuff? Because India and China, they can't, they have a beef. I think that's stupid. We're not in India. We're not in China. So dumb. I'm like, I don't even know about the TikTok. But YouTube has been a thorn in everybody's side. And I just wanted to say that. The booty vids? No, there's no booty vids. Unless that booty's washing my dishes. Glad my wife's not on here. She don't wash my dishes. I wash it. Shit, every night I go home, you know who's cooking the dinners. I'm always telling her, I'm always jumping in one of y'all's lives cooking the damn dinners. Not that she can't cook or anything. I'm just super picky, and she's like, I ain't cooking for your ass. You know, Pain in the balls to cook for her. She's right. I am. Anybody else have to have a sandwich made a certain way? Like there's an order for all the stuff that go on it? I can't be alone. 23 and a half years, you think she'd be able to make my damn sandwich. I'm not kidding. I just dropped the safety pin in my lap. That's gonna feel well when I try to find it. All right, everybody. Again, it wasn't going to be a very long vlog, and this is basically just letting y'all know that, yes, this is the last live from here. And it's very, very sad. I'm going to miss a lot of things, but I'm not going to miss a lot of things as well. And I'm super thankful for y'all. Always hitting that like button, always sharing your shit with me and hanging out. Let me be part of y'all's crap. Not holding against shit against me because I don't do this, that, or the other. I try to support you all. But feeding videos are coming because I want to make 2022 the big middle finger to YouTube. And Facebook too. I'm dying to get a post. How do you get a post on? What do you got to do on Facebook to get booted for like go to jail? Everybody's going to jail all the time. They're still going to jail. I seen somebody yesterday like, I'm out of jail. I'm like, I didn't even know you're gone. I don't even know who the hell you are. But how do you do it? What can I just be like? You can do anything. You can be like white lives matter, and that'd be like really racist if I said that, right? And then that would be bad. A gun, shooting video. Next video, shooting video. Everybody hit the number 1 if you want the next video to be a shooting video. That I can take care of. I'm going to finally do my firearms videos I always wanted to. All right, everybody. I want to thank you all so much for coming and being part of this and always joining my lives here at the shop. But it is fucking time to go. I love you all. See me. Bye. Be watching for me next Saturday.